Hi, I'm Sean. Welcome to another On the Road video, brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. To complete this repair for the agitator dogs, you'll need a ratchet, a socket extension, and a 7/16 socket. It's a Whirlpool top load washer. Complaints on it, agitator not moving properly. Unit stops at the rinse cycle, won't drain or spin. So what we're going to do is just go ahead, I'm going to move the timer into just a spin cycle and see what happens. Obviously it's in this up here at the spin. We don't get any function at all. As far as the agitator not functioning properly, the agitator itself, the upper portion here, from here down, it should only move in one direction. It's got gears to prevent it from moving in the opposite direction. So we'll go ahead, and obviously we're spinning everything counterclockwise. We'll go ahead and spin it clockwise, and it spins that way as well. So what happens is the gears that are inside of here just wear out, and that prevents it from functioning in the proper way. So to fix this machine today, what we'll need are agitator dogs and a lid switch. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the water. First thing I'm going to do to get in here and get the agitator dogs, I'm going to take the fabric softener dispenser off. Just grab it and pull it out. And we can set that to the side. Now underneath here there's a little, I call it a seal. Basically prevents the fabric softener from getting down inside the agitator. And we're just going to grab it. It's got like little handles here. I'll call them handles. I get my finger in and pull it up. Now we have my ratchet, my extension, and my 7/16 socket. I'm going to go straight down inside this agitator and try to loosen this bolt. And it's spinning, so I'm actually going to have to reach into the water to hold the base. Once we have that bolt completely loose, then we can remove the agitator. Now it can come out in two different ways. Sometimes you'll get the whole agitator to come out. Other times just this upper portion will come out. Either way, it doesn't make a difference. So we're just going to grasp the upper portion, pull, and see. Today we get the whole agitator. So we'll go ahead and just kind of shake off any extra water. Then we're actually just going to go ahead and set it on the floor. Remove this upper agitator. So we have the agitator down here. So what we're going to do is just kind of gently stand on the sides, and we're going to grasp the middle piece and pull straight up. Just be careful not to get too close. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get off and may fly up at you. This one came off easily. Turn this upside down, and all of our important stuff comes out in our hand. The only thing we need to pay attention to when putting it back together is a tab here and another tab here. So we got the two tabs, one at the top and the bottom here. Set that down and show you what they correspond with. This here is the bottom. You wouldn't see this, you'd see it from the top side when you're normally taking this out, in and out. But there's the slot and there's a slot. Those are what we're going to line up with the tabs. Okay, now we're physically going to replace the agitator dogs. So the old ones are in here, and there's supposed to be some little teeth on the side here which are completely worn off. I'm just going to turn this upside down, kind of slide them out, shake them, however you want to get them out. You want to make sure that in here there's no, sometimes they break apart and you'll have a piece in there that will prevent you from getting a new dog in there. So we don't have that issue, so we're going to take our new agitator dogs and just drop them in. They're only going to fit in there in one way. So just going to go around, place all four, clean up our old ones, and then we're ready to install our agitator. So we have our base of our agitator that had those two tabs on it that I pointed out. We're just going to set it on top of the transmission shaft. It's grooved, so it'll only fit on one way, and then we'll push it down all the way. And now we're going to insert the agitator dog holder inside that upper agitator. So what I'll do is, I'll take my socket with my extension on it, just put it in this fashion here. And if you drop it, no big deal. We're going to set our agitator dogs in their holder just on top of this, so that way it's kind of in place, centered the best you can. Now if I were to turn this upside down, this nut would fall out of my socket and the dogs would fall out, and that's no good. So we're going to take this here, and then we're going to take our upper portion of the agitator, slide it together, and we're going to look through the bottom end and make sure that we get it all positioned. And then we can peek through the top and make sure that everything looks okay, which we have here. So now we're ready to go ahead and install this onto that lower agitator. So now when we go to drop this down, like I said, we're going to line up our slots and by our agitator dogs up on these tabs. And then we're just going to lower it down into position, kind of holding on to the upper portion and lifting up gently as to not let those agitator dogs fall out of position. And now we're just going to kind of try to tighten everything down. We have that all tightened down. We're going to take our little seal piece we removed out earlier, just going to drop that in place. And then I just use my socket extension just to make sure it's down all the way. Don't have to push very hard. And then we're going to take our fabric softener dispenser, just push it down until it locks into position, and give it a test run and make sure that everything functions as it should. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.